So guys, this is the new bridge, the entrance to the new bridge. It says New Demerara Bridge on the sign there. All right, the new Demerara Bridge. It's only yesterday that it was named the Barrett Jackdale Bridge, so I assume eventually they're going to change that sign, put a permanent sign. But this is the roundabout. So the roundabout is still incomplete. You can see at the end where it starts, it begins. They still haven't merged the shoulders of the road on both sides. But it's 7 a.m. on a Monday morning in Guyana, right at 7 a.m., and that's the traffic heading into Georgetown. The interesting thing is what is happening at this intersection at the roundabout. Now, this here is traffic coming off the bridge, traffic from the west coast of and the west bank of Demerara coming off the bridge and heading to Georgetown. Some of this traffic, as you can see, is also going south. So there's a bit of a merging dance that has to take place here. Well, what is clear, right? This is 7 a.m. traffic coming off the bridge. This is the first day in which traffic is going to use this new Demerara Bridge. You can see in the distance, about 2 miles away, is the bridge. Yeah. And this is the density at 7 a.m. This is the density of traffic coming off the bridge at 7 a.m. So we look along the line. It's actually not too dense. Now this is the traffic, regular traffic coming off of the uh, east bank. It's actually coming from further south than Diamond. We're at Providence. And we've seen this traffic before, right, on a Monday morning. This is the density of traffic that usually comes into Georgetown on a weekday morning. The issue is at rush hour, when this traffic is at peak, what happens at the merger of bridge traffic, right? The traffic coming off the bridge and the traffic heading into the city. Okay, so I just crossed over that intersection, right? That roundabout. Policemen are here monitoring traffic at the bridge, at the entrance to this access road to the bridge. And we're now heading south, heading west onto the bridge. The problem, of course, like I said, is that there's no pedestrian walkway on the access road, although there seems to be one on the bridge, which we will find out as soon as we get there. But yeah, in the distance, that's the bridge. And since it's only 7 a.m. in the morning, traffic heading west, crossing the bridge to West Bank, Demerara, is still very sparse. And traffic heading east that is coming off of the bridge is also not as dense as you would expect it. Right, you can see at the roundabout, cars lining up to go south. Not very many, about half a dozen cars. But it's Monday morning, it's the first day of operation of the bridge. This is the neighborhood of Providence. Remember, we looked at this neighborhood all through the construction period. We saw them build this storm drain and the side roads. Now, things are not quite complete. They are near to finish. Ahead of us, that is the Windsor Estates multi-unit housing. This is one of those side roads, and this is a multi-story residential building that has been under construction for the longest while. But yeah, that's a side road that heads eventually takes you to Red Road or Amazonia Mall Road. And this one is another side road that's also under development and construction. Takes you to the Eccles interchange, road between Baggettstown and Eccles. But yeah, guys, this is what is happening on a Monday morning when the bridge opens. The bridge is now open to traffic, and I'm walking west. I'm walking on the southern carriageway of the access road and heading west towards the bridge and eventually towards the west bank. Now, I promised to measure the distance between where we are now and the bridge. So let me see if I can do that presently. I guess we're gonna do it. I still have my fitness tracker on. I use an Adidas fitness tracker, Adidas, as some people say, fitness tracker, an app. So we're gonna use that app to make the measurement. So this is the local neighborhood in Providence. Those buildings are all part of this local neighborhood in Providence. And as I was saying, the traffic on this bridge, particularly at rush hour, will contribute to noise pollution, air pollution, and chemical pollution in this neighborhood over time. And while I would hate to say I told you so, we're gonna have to wait to see what the final verdict is on the impact of this bridge, environmental impact of this bridge on the local neighborhood. So the government has released a number of bulletins on the bridge, particularly describing traffic flow patterns, and they've expressly described what happens at this intersection. That's the intersection coming up with the road that runs outside Windsor Estates. So that Windsor Estates road is going to be a major uh, artery leading to feeding this access road and leading away from it. So according to the government's bulletin, traffic heading onto the bridge will be able to join the access road here at this intersection, Windsor Estates Road, and traffic coming off the bridge heading to Georgetown will also be able to exit there at Windsor Estates Road. The only problem with that is that it increases the amount of traffic on Windsor Estates Road, and that is not without cost. In other words, if you increase the volume of traffic in this residential neighborhood, it's only a matter of time until you see an increase in the number of accidents, the deterioration of the road, in terms of its usage, and complaints about noise pollution, traffic congestion, and so on. So, we're waiting to see what happens eventually. But this is what it looks like on a Monday morning. This is the traffic coming from Red Road, right? This traffic is coming from Red Road and eventually joins the access road to the bridge here. The problem, of course, is that if you get to